Hello everybody. In this tutorial we are going to explore how to create planes using SOLIDWORKS. I'm here using SOLIDWORKS 2010. Those of you who are using SOLIDWORKS 2009, there's a little upgrade in the interface of making or creating planes on the left hand side box here. So now I'm going to show how the interface looks in 2009 and how it differs from 2010. Now we will see how to create a plane here under the reference geometry. It's a feature tab. Under reference geometry you will see a plane here. But if you are working on the sketch mode and if you want it, I have pulled it here. If you guys want to pull it here, what you can do, you can go to options and customize. You go to commands, you go to reference geometry, and you pull this create plane button from here to here. And that's how you can pull this little command from customization to the top. Now I already have done that, so let's go ahead with that. I have a little box, a little extrude and a little fillet object here. I'm gonna hit on plane, and as you will see to the left side, we'll see there are three different boxes which shows three different references that we have to select in order to create a plane here. Now in 2009 it differs a little bit. If you see carefully, in 2009 it will look something like this. Whatever you select here is exactly what you're going to select here in reference 1, reference 2, and reference 3. So make that clear for yourself. If you are trying to create a plane on spline, which I'm going to show in the next tutorial, make sure you click this button in 2009. From here I'm going to select this top surface, but it's a little above it. As you can see, it's 10 millimeters up. I can make it 0 and it'll be touching the surface, but there's another way to do it. If I click on coincident, it'll be touching the surface, and you can see here it says in the green box fully defined. This feature is added in 2010, but it's not in 2009. So we can see here how you can just click the coincident and it's gonna create the plane exactly touching the surface. If we click on the perpendicular, we can see it creates the plane exactly perpendicular to the face that we have selected. But this place becomes yellow. That means we need to select few more references. So I'm going to select this little edge here, and it makes it defined, but it changes the angle of the plane. So that's one way to do it. Another option I can do is I can select this, and it will allow me to do that. And as you can see here, it says fully defined here. If I really want to make a plane which is at certain angle here, from here to here, which it moves, all I do is just hit the angle button here. Just remember what I'm selecting here is I selected the surface on the top, and I selected this edge here, and now I'm clicking on the angle button here, and now I'm able to change the angle of the plane. So that's one way to create angle. Now I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this as well. So as you can see here, I have just selected a point and it's still not fully defined. So I'm gonna select one more line here, and as you can see, it just created a fully defined plane. So this is another way to create the plane. Now you see a little box here say set origin on curve. If you click on that, that means it's gonna set 0, 0 for this particular plane at the center of this little vertex here. So if you want to work that way, you can always set your origin here. I'm going to just do that. So I have that plane created. Now you have three default planes here: front plane, top plane, and right plane. You can just right click on them and hit this little goggle button, show, and you'll be able to see those planes. So as we can see, we have all different planes. Now if I'm planning to create a plane which is based on points, I'm selecting this point and I'm selecting this point. And I'm gonna select one more point, which is this. And as you can see, it's fully defined, but it's at an angle. So this is the way you can create planes using maybe a point or edge or surface. As we can see here, I'm just going to keep it as it is. I'm going to create another plane. I'm going to rotate that. If I want to create a plane which is tangent to the surface, all I do is I'm going to select this, and you can see it's tangent, but it's not fully defined, so it's not going to allow us to create it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this little plus button here. Now I can see different planes. I'm going to hit the right plane, and as you can see, it just shows me that's fully defined now, but it's perpendicular to the surface as well. Now if I want to create it at a certain angle, all I do is hit the angle button here, and I'm going to show how it's going to look. So I'm changing the angle of the plane. So as we can see, by changing the angle, the plane is moving along the surface. It remains tangent to the surface, but you can create a plane all around the cylindrical surface. So that's another way to create a plane. Now, if you want to create an angle, if you want to create a plane at an angle, but which should be away from the model, then how you do that is that you click on this plane, you hit the plane again, and as you can see, it already created a plane because I have all plane selection. But as you can see at the distance, which is 10 millimeters here, I can increase that distance, but it's increasing in a negative direction. Say for example, I want to make a plane somewhere here. I hit this flip button and it's going to change the direction. And you see here numbers, only one. I can make it as many as I want. So you can see here that you can increase the number and you can make multiple planes. This is the offset distance tool which you are using to create multiple planes. This is very helpful tool. When you create one more plane, this time I want to create this. I'm going to select this vertical edge here and the surface here, and I'm going to say angle, and now I can create a plane at an angle. I'm going to say increase the numbers, but as you can see, it doesn't allow me to create any more than 2 here. Well, because the angle has been divided by 360, and that allows me to create only 2. But if I decrease the angle, and then it will allow me to increase number of planes. It still doesn't allow me to do more than 3. I'm going to decrease the angle again, and I'm going to keep going for as many planes as it will be divided by 360. So we can see here we have created plenty of different planes, but these all planes have been created in the solid model using a reference, maybe a surface, maybe a line or edge or vertex. So this concludes the tutorial. Hope this tutorial was informative. Thank you for watching.